Well, hi everybody. Welcome to the Content Modeling Show. I'm Marcelo Lewin, also known as the Headless Creator. You can check out my site at headlesscreator.com. This is episode 2. In the first episode of the Content Modeling Show, I covered components and content types and the difference between them. Today, what we're going to do, I was going to actually show you how to create those components and content types in both Contentful and Strappy, but I decided right now to hold that off. I want to do a little more preparation before I jump into that, but we're going to model a navigation system from a website. So, for those of you real quick that didn't see episode 1, and please feel free to follow me so that way you get notifications when the next episode appears, which the content model goes live Monday through Friday, 4:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, all right, so we'll start here. This, as you can see, my tool of choice is Miro. That's what I use to do all my content modeling before I even get into the headless CMS. Okay, so basically, just so you know, we have content types. Let me switch here actually to my screen so you can see. There we go. So you can see here, we have content types and components. In this episode, we're just going to deal with content types, basically. If you want to know the difference between them, check out episode 1, which is saved as a highlight. So, okay, so the website that we're going to go ahead and we're going to model the navigation for ServiceTitan.com, which is the company that I work for. So you can see here's the navigation. And you can see we're not going to talk about the header, the top header, right? Because that's a different episode that I will actually show you how to do headers very easily and very scalable. But in this case, we're just going to worry about the navigation, which includes here product tour. There is sort of some headlines, and then you can see a variety of navigation items. You have industries here. We have one that doesn't have any pull down menu, and then some more. So let's go ahead and try to model this. How will we do that? When we look at a navigation, we could start at the top, which means that there's navigation categories, basically, right? And then we have final navigation items that are the destinations. These are the ones that you click on, and it takes you somewhere, right? So in this case, it takes me to the call booking page of the link here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start with the actual item itself. So we know that we're going to have items, and items will have URLs, places that will take you to. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's go ahead and create an object called navigation item. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see. You should be able to see more now. All right, let's see if we can go a little. There we go. That's better. So we have navigation item. And navigation item has, if we go back to the web page, it has a name, right? It has a name, and then when I click on it, it goes to somewhere. And also, it has an icon, so that's interesting. So let's make sure we model that. So my standards for content types is I always put an internal name and I put an external name. Just because internal name is what the authors will use for searching. So for example, internal name, they could say call booking page, but externally, they just want to call it call booking. Okay, so I give that flexibility. So I go internal name, external name. We know we're going to have a URL, and we know there needs to be some sort of icon image. Okay, so we modeled that. Let's go ahead and make it all purple because we know that a content type is purple and regular fields are purple. So we know that the icon image is going to be a special type of field. It'll be the media type field. So we'll go ahead and make that green as we have it here as a media field. Okay. So if we go back, we now are able to create call booking, add an icon to it, and then also give a URL. So basically, the URL for this entry would be servicetitan.com/call booking software. Okay, that's good. We're good. We're good to go there. So what's next? So next would be these links, these items belong to some sort of parent item, right? So why don't we create another object, and we'll call this object navigation, and we'll call this one actually navigation item, and we'll call this navigation link. Okay, so the item, if we go back, it's called product tour in this case. So we have an internal name and an external name, and that item can have many links inside of it. So let's do internal name, external name, and we know that it could have many navigation links.